Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the South Carolina Gamecocks Dynasty here on EA Sports College Football 25, where today the now 21 ranked South Carolina Gamecocks sitting at 3-2 and 1-1 head to Tuscaloosa to face the 1-3 Alabama Crimson Tide. It's been a down year for Alabama. They've yet to beat an FBS team, while South Carolina, it's been a down year considering the standards they had before the season, coming off that absolutely stunner of a loss last week against Kentucky. Trying to rebound here, but it's going to be a tough Alabama team in Tuscaloosa at Saban Field, so we'll see how this goes. We're excited for this one. Make sure you drop a like, you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content, as we've been pumping these episodes out, considering it's the only active series we have. Gamecocks will start for the football, their own 25. Here's Wade Mann cutting the right side. He picks up 5 on his first carry. Coming off a game where he had 2 touchdowns and 112 yards. A good game for him. His little 2nd and 5. Here's a pitch pass to Vernon Ryder, who did not have a touch in last week's loss. Now 3rd and 3. Motions out man. Reno looks short, and this one's incomplete. Ryder can't hang on. It's a 3 and out for South Carolina, which will bring out the Alabama offense led by the UConn transfer at quarterback, redshirt senior Cole Welliver, who's not had a good season for the Crimson Tide thus far. On 1st and 10, he just dumps this one out of bounds after the play fake. 2nd and 10 now, nobody in the backfield. They move some guys out, and it's a throw right side, and a guy but gets behind the secondary. It's a 40-yard strike to Duke Simonette. We've seen that too much so far this season. The deep ball has been a problem for the Gamecocks. 1st and 10 after the hurry up, it's a gain of 9 right side as Cole Welliver, 933 yards, only 49% completion on the season thus far. 2nd and 1, here's the impact running back Kevin Riley with the first down. Riley, 351 yards this season, has yet to find the end zone though. 1st and goal from the 5, here's Riley right side, and he will not get in here. He loses 1. Quinton Ford, the Purdue transfer, makes the tackle. From the 6 now, making some changes. Welliver throws, got a man short, and it's going to be a touchdown. Alabama strikes first as they take a 7-0 lead off the 9th touchdown pass of the season for Cole Welliver. Next drive for the Gamecocks. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wade Mann outside, who makes a juke move, breaks the ankles of the secondary, and he is gone. 63 yards for Wade Mann. And that's a quick answer for South Carolina. Tied up now at 7 apiece. As back to the offense goes Alabama. From the 35 here, 1st and 10. They dump this one off short. That's a gain of 6 for scampering out of bounds. 2nd and 4, bubble screener right side. This one's caught, and it's going to be a first down. Nice juke move to get out of bounds at the 48. And Alabama moving the ball nicely here. Quick pass right side, caught by Brian Ridley, the former 5-star from Fido, Louisiana, with the gain of 7. Now 2nd and 3, Welliver with happy feet goes down, rolls right into the 13-yard sack from Mbena Onwuka, who leads the team in sacks. Now 3rd and 16, Welliver to throw, just looks short, and this one will be well shy of the first down marker, and that'll force a punt from Alabama. So next drive for the Gamecocks, their own 34 here, is a handoff for Wade Mann up the middle, crease right side, and Mann is going to be gone again. 66 yards this time to the house. As on 2 carries, Mann has over 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. That is going to look good on a stat line as South Carolina takes the lead now 14-7. Alabama the next drive with a nice throw up the seam. That's a big connection. And both offenses just looking very explosive thus far. Crimson Tide hurry back to the line at the 42 of South Carolina. This one's short, caught by Ridley, who's brought down to a gain of 6. Spread here on 2nd and 4, handoff to the running back Riley, who gets for a loss of 2. Nice spun down by Nate Lamb. Now 3rd and 6, Welliver throws short right side. This one's caught just shy of the marker to gain. That's going to force an Alabama field goal. We go to the end of the first quarter, 14-10. Plenty of fireworks so far for both teams. Gamecocks on the ground, Alabama through the air. Both doing it in different ways. But look at that, 17.2 average yards per play for the Gamecocks. That's insane. 2nd and 1 to begin the second quarter, and Mann doesn't get the first down. That is a rare gain of 1 for him. 3rd and inches, he gets it though on the next play. He gets the first down. Look at that stat line. 8 carries, 161 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That is incredible. For the 1st and 10 from the 38, Reno to throw now. Looks short, and this one's incomplete, almost interception. A lot of contact downfield, though. No penalty against Alabama. I think they were being very handsy on that play. Nonetheless, 2nd and 10. It's a screen for man who's now going to get some receiving yards, 7 of those, as he's tackled down. Now 3rd and 3. It's a pitch pass to Ryder. He cuts it upfield, finds some space, and gets out past midfield with a gain of 12. So now 1st and 10 on Alabama's side of the field. Back to the ground game. Man cuts it up the middle, finds some 6 yards. It's a good run, but that's going to bring your average way down. 2nd and 4. Reno making some changes at the line. Drops back to throw, gets hit, incomplete. And now a big 3rd and 4, and this place is going wild. Reno to throw, looks right side, has man out of the backfield, and he's going to score again. This guy is having an insane first half. 2 on the ground, how about 1 in the air? And Wade Mann, the young star for this offense, putting them on his back. He's responsible for all 3 touchdowns thus far. 21-10 your score is on the next drive. There's a deep ball from Alabama, and it's caught deep from Brian Ridley, who mosses Nick Spitzer downfield. And that's a quick answer from Alabama. Goes right back to 21-17 as both offenses seem like they can't be stopped right now. Right as I say that, there's a nice tackle on the backfield from Jeremiah Beeman. And it's 3rd and 1 for South Carolina. But Wade Mann's going to pick up a first down and a lot more. Nice spin move, gains 15. And that's probably going to bring his average down as he gets South Carolina to the 34. Next play, screen right side for Allgaier. Gets some nice blocks, and Amari Allgaier has space. Pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Another big play. And it's goal to go now. From the 3, handoff man, and he's not going to get there. Stuffed. Nice play by Ted Spears with the TFL. Sora on 2nd down. They're going to throw it out to Biquette, who can't stay in bounds. Won't have to score if he can control his body. Instead, it's 3rd and goal from the 2. They bring a man in motion across. Give it to man, and he gets clotheslined. Zach Abram blows that play up. South Carolina kicks 3, but they're only up by 7, and it's goal to go with the 2-minute warning for Alabama. From the 4, this one incomplete. Heavy traffic as Spitzer knocks that one away. Try it again. Welliver to throw. Guy wide open in the flat for a touchdown. Gamecocks pass defense today has been non-existent. That is Morris Weeks with the touchdown. We're all tied up at 24 again. Chance though for the Gamecocks with a 2-minute warning. We'll see what they can do as they dump this one short for Man, who picks up 8. And it looks like South Carolina will drain some clock. They don't want to give Alabama any time in case they don't get it. But on 2nd and 2, man again wide open out of the backfield with a first down. And now it seems like the Gamecocks are going to go. They hurry back to the line with a minute to go. Short, here's Otis McNitt, and he's going to get shy of the first down. South Carolina will not use a timeout. They'll hurry back to the line, preserving all 3. As Reno takes a snap, here comes the pressure. They dump it short to McNitt. We'll have another catch, this time a first down. Clock momentarily stops. South Carolina, next play goes play fake. Reno hit as he throws. This one sails out of bounds, so clock will now stop. 2nd and 10 with 40 seconds. Reno throws this one up. Ted Martino's back there, and he's got it for 6. Touchdown Gamecocks to end the first half. 31 points in the first half to 24 of Alabama as we go to the half. All offense in this one. If you like defense, you've come to the wrong game because both these teams have been incredible on offense, specifically Alabama. How about 321 passing yards? That's insane. That's 33% of Welliver's production all season, as he's only thrown for 933 yards coming into this game, and Welliver's having the game of his life. Alabama will start off with the football on offense as there's a gain of 4 on the ground for Kevin Riley. And they're going to go no huddle. I don't mind this. Mixing it up out of the break. As here's a nice strike, and it's caught by Riley. Holds on through contact. Alabama again hurries to the line. From the 40, play fake. Welliver throws it deep. He's got a man behind the defense, and Hampton is gone. Rubin gets beat deep again. He has really struggled this season. And we're all knotted up at 31 apiece now. The defense continues to just not play at all today, it seems like. First drive of the second half for the Gamecocks starts off with a gain of 5. Man now at 200 rushing yards. And the second half just started. He gets the next carry, only picks up 3 this time, and now it's a 3rd and 2. Soro checks in, and he's going to be blown up in the backfield. Jeremiah Beeman again back there. The Gamecocks go 3 and out, so now Alabama with a chance to potentially go take a lead. As on 1st and 10, here's a nice throw in Welliver. 400 yards for Cole Welliver today. That is insane. 2nd and 1, handoff to Riley, who gets stuffed. Nice play on the line, makes it 3rd and 3. South Carolina brings pressure, and there's not enough blockers. Free sack for Bryce Reeves ends this drive, just what the Gamecocks defense needs, as they'll get it back on offense. 1st and 10, however, man goes backwards. That one blown up by Caden Jones, the impact linebacker. 2nd and 14, screen for Martino outside, and Martino's got space. The Jacksonville State transfer gets out to the 34 of Alabama. Perfect call there. Now the offense rolling again. Next play, Wade Mann gets the carry, and he picks up 5. 2nd and 5 now, as Reno dumps this one in the flats for Biquette, and he's going to have a 1st down. And out to the 21. Reno's had a good game, but you wouldn't know it compared to Welliver's numbers. Well, 1st and 10, Montesoro goes backwards. Nice tackle again by Jeremiah Beeman. We've called his name quite a few times today. 3rd and 11 now. Reno just dumps it off short for Mann. This will be short of the marker. And the Gamecocks will just take the 3 and take a lead into the final quarter. 34-31 your score, as Alabama continues to hang tight. The passing game has been unstoppable for them. And now they begin the 4th quarter at the 23 of the Gamecocks. Welliver continuing to throw the ball well. They do hand it off on 1st down, though, and Riley goes nowhere. Nice play by the former Crimson Tide, Derek Vincent Douglas. Now 3rd and 10. Welliver to throw again. Looks short, has a man, and it's going to be a gain of 5. So Alabama will take the 3, and we're tied up again. 34 now. Next drive for the Gamecocks. This one's short, that there's a flag down, as this play will not count, despite a great play by the Crimson Tide defense, as there's a holding on the offense. Now 1st and 20, a man goes backwards. Beeman again, this 3rd TFL. So now it's 3rd and 24. Reno, a flag is down. He's just going to heave this one deep. It's probably coming back anyway. And this one is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Pete Glikowski, as this was a holding on Jason Zamandela. So it's essentially just an arm punt, even though that will go against Reno's stat line. Out of about midfield now, 1st and 10 for Alabama after the interception. There's a nice 6-yard connection as Duke Simonetz, the junior, crosses the 100-yard mark. 2nd and 4 off the play fake. This one dumped short, but it's going to be a loss of 3, as Welliver now at 456 yards passing. 3rd and 7, spread offense here for Alabama. Here comes some pressure. 5-man rush. It's picked up, but Welliver with a rare miss. And it's a punt for Alabama, so we're still tied up at 34 apiece. As we come up now on the 7-minute mark, Wade Mann with a nice 1st down run. Next play, this one, a screen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bob Stacy, and he's going to run it back to the 12. I know this is going to go against Reno, but that is a bubble screen. Amari Allgaier, you have one job out there. That's to block the corner. Instead, it's a pick, the 2nd of the game for Reno, even though I don't think both of them are his faults. But luckily, the defense at least only gives up 3. There's a nice sack for Nwuka, his 2nd half of the day. It's 8.5 on the season. And Alabama will take the 3. Brian Magnum, who's not been very good in his career with the kick, is up and good. Alabama leads 37-34, and we're now at the 2-minute warning. South Carolina is driving, though, at the 22. As Reno on 2nd and 4. This one incomplete. Hit as he throws. 3rd and 4. Now the Gamecocks, they go play fake. Reno looks short. He's got Biquette, but he's a yard shy. And the Gamecocks, they're going to settle for the 3. They're going to go for the tie instead of going for the 1st down. The Tugway's kick is up and it's good, so we do get the 3. But you could have argued both ways in that call. Now you need to stop. That's something the defense hasn't got a lot of today. 37 all, as there's a quick pass outside, and that's a huge gain already. Well over 473 yards. Now at the 32, Welliver again, wide open. Deshaun Heap, cover somebody, please. And Alabama's quickly out past midfield, 494 yards now for Welliver. Next play, a pass caught over a 500-yard mark for the UConn transfer. Alabama's starting to call timeouts now. 2nd and 1 to throw again. Welliver on the comeback perfectly. Deshaun Heap and Jeff Rubin, I swear, cannot cover anybody today. That was Rubin that time. Alabama now in field goal range as they'll just look to set some clock and burn some of our timeouts, as South Carolina has to use 1 on 1st down. 2nd and 8 now. They give to Riley again, but Riley's got a crease, and he's going to have the score That was way too easy. The defense just, where have they been today? It's 44-37. South Carolina now down by a touchdown. Has to drive the field just to tie it up. There's a quick 9-yard pass. South Carolina doesn't use a timeout. And it's too loud out here. They can't get a play in. If they just run the exact same play, McNitt will at least get another first down. And South Carolina again will go no huddle. And again they'll come up on the same formation. They can't get a new play in. The fans are too loud. This one's incomplete, so at least the clock will stop. But now there's only 24 seconds left to go. 2nd and 10, Reno to throw. Looks right side. This one batted down. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 now. Reno to throw. Steps up. He's going to tuck it and run it himself, and he's going to get close to the marker. 4th and inches. South Carolina will burn a timeout, but here's the game on the line. What do you call here? They bring a man in motion, and it looks like they're going to set up a screen for Mann. He's got it, and a lot more. Wade Mann gets out of bounds at the 38 with 8 seconds. The South Carolina is already going to go to Hail Mary territory. I don't know if I necessarily agree with this. You have time to run 2 plays. Reno rolls out and just throws this one out of bounds. So now we're down to 2 seconds. And this is the last play of the game. You got to go 38 yards. Reno takes the snap. 3-man rush. Chucks this one deep, and it is incomplete. And this game is over. Alabama wins by a final score of 44-37. And South Carolina drops their 2nd game in a row and drop to 3-3 at this point, virtually erasing any sort of college football playoff chances they had remaining. Welliver throws for 526 yards today. This game was unacceptable, especially from the defense, man. I don't know what happened this game. You allow Welliver, who came into the game with 933 yards, to throw for 524. He threw for 56% of what he's thrown all season in this one game. Unacceptable defensive behavior. Reno played good. I know he's going to have the 2 interceptions, but the first one was an arm punt. The second one, I made the right read. You can't see outside the screen. Come on, man. What am I supposed to do there? We get 2 more commits, both 5 stars. Chad Pierce-Bacher and Frank Kennedy both commit to the team, so that does it for all the 5 stars. We're going to end up with 6 of them. We get Defensive Player of the Week in the SEC, but honestly, why? Nobody deserves it on this team. Mann also gets Offensive Player because he had good numbers, but in the second half, he only had 22 yards, so neither of them really deserve it, in my opinion. Chad Pierce-Bacher was a power rusher defensive end who has 90 strength. He will be a great player to get. He was the top guy on our board. And then Frank Kennedy, the IMG safety, will also commit. So we end this recruiting class signing 6 5-stars. That's pretty impressive. Here are top stories in the Textile Bowl game of the week. Clemson knocks off NC State in a classic 37-35. Notre Dame gets the best of Tennessee as the Volunteers go down 35-10. Big game as Georgia knocks off Texas. The Bulldogs at number 1. And then we'll see a big game this week between Rutgers and Oregon. Here are your scores in Week 6 as Western Kentucky now up to number 13 with a win over Louisiana Tech. And Troy wins the Battle of the Belt against South Alabama. Arkansas State also undefeated. Them and Western Kentucky looking to be the Group of 5 representative. Cincinnati gets a nice win over TCU in the Big 12. We see UCF stay undefeated with a win against Arizona State. Central Michigan dominates Miami, Ohio in the MAC. Miami ekes out a victory against LSU by a point. We see Liberty drop one at home to Jacksonville State. Air Force with a win over Navy. That's the first military battle. Goes the way of the Falcons. Rutgers squeaks by Iowa before their big game against Oregon this week. Syracuse knocks off their rivals in Boston College. Penn State over UCLA. The Bruins 0-6. Yikes. Duke enters the rankings with a nice victory over the Cavaliers. And then Fresno State blanks Wyoming. North Texas also ranked in the AAC. They beat Tulsa. And then Tulane over Utah State. Utah puts up 38 against Houston. They're now ranked. They look like a scary offensive team. Virginia Tech over Louisville. North Carolina still not ranked despite being 6-0 with their victory this week. UAB is in free fall. That's 3 straight losses. So who's going to step up in the AAC? Memphis gets a nice win. Florida State over Wake Forest. Florida winless. They lose to Texas A&M. Michigan State puts up 49 to get their first win over the Trojans. It's been a disappointing year for the other USC as well. Southern Miss gets a victory. Auburn up to number 2 with a victory over Vanderbilt. Nebraska takes care of Minnesota because the Golden Gophers are not ranked, so Nebraska's going to win. Kansas State wins by 13 over Colorado, and West Virginia beats their rivals in Marshall. In the ACC, Stanford over SMU. Illinois loses a close one to Purdue, 27-24, and then we saw Notre Dame beat Tennessee 35-10. In the most Army game, they win 7-6. That's typical. And then Georgia, yes, over Texas. Louisiana Monroe beats James Madison. Colorado State over Akron. And then the Textile Bowl game day, Clemson with the victory. We see Louisiana dominate Georgia State in the Sun Belt. Ole Miss up to 14, the win against Oklahoma. Mississippi State over Missouri. That's a big win for the Bulldogs as the Tigers start off 0-2 in SEC play. Bowling Green 2-0 in MAC play. Washington over Maryland this week. Kansas knocks off Baylor 32-24. Oregon loses before they face Rutgers, so not a good look for the Ducks. And then Cal dominates Pittsburgh. Oklahoma State squeaks by BYU, hands the Cougars their first loss of the season. And then Hawaii gets a nice road victory against Sam Houston State. Oregon State up to number 10 over UConn this week. Kennesaw State 31-6 victory. Arizona, defending Big 12 champs, take out Texas Tech. So the hype I was giving them before the season seems to be non-existent. Same thing with Appalachian State. They dropped to Texas State this week. Wisconsin knocks off Ohio State in the shoe as the Buckeyes season continues to be a disappointment. FIU bounces back with a win against Nevada, and then Michigan over their rivals Northwestern. Here are your national players of the week. I'm not going to show the SEC this week because we know it's both Gamecocks, and they both don't deserve it. Here's a look at your rankings. Nobody really fell by a ton this week. I mean, a couple of teams lost, but they lost to good teams. Tennessee, probably the biggest fallers, going from 8 to 16. And, of course, the Gamecocks no longer ranked, as our chances seem to be officially over. There are some big week games going into Week 7. Miami Ole Miss in a big non-conference game late in the season. Rutgers versus Oregon, like we said. Michigan will head to Madison to face the Badgers, who just beat Ohio State. The number 20 Arkansas, undefeated, will host Tennessee, who's looking to get back in the win column after last week's loss to Notre Dame. But this week is Week 7, and we have our bye week, and I think it couldn't come at a better time. South Carolina now sits 3-3 off of 2 bad losses, and hopefully we can righten the ship, get back on track. We'll also take a look at recruiting. Now that we've gotten through all the 5 stars, we'll see what 4 stars we're going to really put some points into this season, and hopefully, I guess, build towards 20-29. I also guess there's an off chance that we do make the college football playoff. If we win out in the SEC, we could, technically make the SEC championship game. So I guess our chances are not officially dead, but they might be at about 1%. So we'll see what happens. We'll recap, set the stage for the second half of the season. But thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been a disappointing season, but I don't know what you can do, man. The defense today just decided to not take the trip to Tuscaloosa. If you've enjoyed, make sure you drop a like, you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.